What is going on, guys? Newton here with a remote play, bringing your first look and impressions video into Global Assault, a free-to-play browser-based mmorpg. Now, upon logging into the game, it offers us a brief tutorial on how to play the game, kind of go over the combat, and kind of the different things to do in your basically your main hub over here for upgrading units, acquiring more currency, and so on. So before we get into the combat and show you how the game works, I'm gonna kind of go ahead and explain the different things you can do to upgrade your units, gather resources, and so on. So first things first is the squad bay. This is where you're gonna go to select units you want to use, change them out for other units, upgrade them, and so on. So as you can see, we have only 8 units we can select from, so you can obtain more than 8 units, but you're only allowed to equip and bring 8 units into a battle at a time. So right now we only have 5 units because that's all I could afford with the in-game currency that it gave me. So that's not too bad so far. It's allowed me to win the games or the missions that it's put at hand. So let's go ahead and X out of that. Next, we have the generator. The generator will go off after every few minutes or so. I'm not too sure the exact time when it pops up, but upon clicking this, it gives you this currency. As you can see, I got over here, I got 7 of them. Basically, every few minutes, it'll generate some more of this currency or resources, and you can use those resources to obtain more drop boxes. And the boxes are attainable here through the store. Now, in the store, as you can see, we could buy these drop boxes for 100 of this in-game currency, 100 over here, or I think we can spend real money, which is what this is over here. The game is nice enough to give you a little bit of the currency to obtain a rare supply box to get a better unit. So I guess we'll go ahead and spend it on one rare supply box. Let's go ahead and check this out. Spend our 45, and there we go. We got a tier 2 unit. Now this is pretty nice. Before, I've only been able to obtain tier 1 units with the in-game currency, so tier 1 is clearly the lowest, and the units are okay. They've enabled me to beat the early missions at hand, but now we have a nice tier 2 with a ton of defense and not too bad attack. So let's go ahead and X out of this, go back to our squad bay, and let's go ahead and hit edit, and now we can drag in and put in our brand new unit. So now we can go ahead and put this one over here. And then there we go. Now we have 6 out of 6 units. Or 6 out of 8, my bad. So we can obtain 2 more. We do not have 2 more, but 6 units will do quite fine. And then after completing missions, we can go over to objectives. And upon completing different objectives and stuff like that, it'll give you various rewards. So see, this reward that we got over here is another unit, thankfully enough. So that's really, really cool. So we got another tier 1 unit. And we can go ahead and drag this guy in, and now we almost have a full team, but we don't need a full team to go into battle. So, now let's go ahead and check out the combat. Check out our squad bay again. You're going to go back over here, and you're going to go ahead and select launch. Now, upon selecting launch, it kind of shows you the world map, and yes, this is actually the world map. It's the map of our world. So, you might notice that the map is split up a bit differently, but that's just to give you different zones and stuff like that for missions and so on. As you can see, it's kind of divided a little bit different, but each zone and stuff like that you can select later on. Once you complete a certain amount of missions, you can go back and select these different divided zones. So right now we are on this mission over here, and before going into a mission, it gives you a brief overview of how difficult it might be. Now this one's a little bit on the harder side. I'm not too worried about it. I mean, we just got a lot more units, so I think we'll have an easier time completing this one. So let's go ahead and select it, which it already is, and go to launch. Alright, here we are. We're just loading in. And now, as you can see, this is a turn-based strategy game. So, it's kind of like, I guess playing like a strategic card game is what this game kind of reminds me of. So, let's go ahead and select the unit we want to put down first. Now, when you're putting down your unit for your turn, your unit does not automatically work. Your unit will take 1 turn upon putting down to be able to work. So, I put this unit down this turn. It's not going to work and attack for me, but it will the next turn. So, the enemy placed down their unit, they attacked my guy over here, and now this unit, this turn, upon placing down another unit, will be able to attack. So let's go ahead and put another unit over here. We're going to be able to attack these frontline guys, and I think we want to take these out as quick as possible so he doesn't really have too much map control, and then take out his base of operations over here. So Let's go ahead and put another very strong or a high attack unit over here. We're going to put our really high attackers right along the front because the high attackers have a little bit more health, and it's early on, it's early mission, so it's not too difficult. So let's go ahead and put the last guy over here. This guy doesn't have a high base of attack, but he is pretty tanky, so I think he can take a good amount of damage in the front lines. And now we have these three units attacking. And we're kind of attacking these units over here, but this guy has an opening to attack their base of operations directly, which is good. So now we'll go ahead and put this ground unit over here. Now it's good to base and create some strategy wise, such as I put this ground unit behind these wall of big tanks because this guy, because he's a ground unit, he doesn't have as much health as the big units over here. So it's good to create a barrier or a wall to kind of defend him. So that way these guys take the front of the attacks, and he's pretty much protected to continue on attacking and be safer upon turns. So let's go ahead and put another unit over here. We're almost running out of units, but I think we're going to be able to finish it this turn. All we need is one more attack, and like I just said, one more attack, and we seized our victory. So upon victory, we receive some XP, some more currency, and some these points over here, which is used to upgrade units. But I mean, other than that, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. The game is very straightforward and pretty fun. I've enjoyed this so far. I like the turn-based combat and the different strategic setups you can get by setting up your units and selecting different ones. Each one has their own attacks and stats to them, so it's really fun. It's a different game. Something I've enjoyed playing so far. But if you guys have enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe for more. But until next time, guys, I will talk to you later.